Goodness me, I didn't intend to go live there. I don't have all my alerts set up properly, so sorry that you've just caught me texting away. Although, could be worse. Could be worse. Imagine what else I could have been doing there. Ugh, perish the thought. Yes, it's bland. I was actually texting you. So seeing as we're here, two questions to Yes, it's bland. If you're still in, I might as well just say it to you. For the intercom system, is there a big delay? Alright, between the people subbing and the bubble blast, is there a big delay? Hello Carver, welcome in. So, to Yes It's Bland, for the intercom, question 1. Will there be a scenario where the Games Master has to phone the players? Question 2. I'm going to set up some text so that when the phone call is initiating, before the Games Master picks up, we need a wee something for them to know that it's happening. So I was going to do like a wee graphic that says, Star Command, hailing a help beacon to nearby ship, or something like that. Like just a wee thing that tells them we're phoning them, just hang on now, but within the world of the whole thing. So if you could give me some words that are within the world, and then I can do that. That's only 2 questions. And if you could confirm that you've heard them so that I don't need to text you. 1, yes, but could happen in other ways. We'll have a Game Master chat system. 2, we'll think of some for that message. Thank you very much. Amazing, everybody. Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome to twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030, and I tell you what, I've had a class day today. I went out for a big long walk. I've done a bit of batch cooking. I have done loads of Scroobius Pips film stuff. I've got a doctor's appointment booked. I've bloody what else? I'm just trying to add things now. I'm maybe going to go and see my niece and nephew later on today, and that's cool because I've not seen them for bloody ages. And that is all. I think that's all in my good news. But it feels good that I'm being productive. Because usually I would have just woken up by now, sort of rolled out of bed, and I'd be sitting here with no energy, a wee bit sleepy. So welcome in, everybody. How you doing? That's my good news. Do you have good news? Because if you've got good news, could you please stick it in the chat? I would very much like to hear what your good news is. Also, let's get rid of this. Boop. No. Boop. Because that's not technically true anymore. Hiya. Oh yes. Hi, Big Freddy. So I tried to do a bit of batch cooking and make a curry for last night, but thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. I've mistimed it all. So I'm afraid you're going to have to sit and watch me eat a curry, if that's alright. We had a curry last night and I halved it. And so we had half last night and I thought I'll have half today, but I mistimed everything just because, as I said, I've been doing a lot. So I'm just going to tan some food, if that's alright. Let's see that curry before it gets boshed. I'm not going to tip it forward because it'll end up all over everything. Let me just make sure it's at a decent enough temperature. Then what I'm going to do, because a lot of people who watch this stream don't like hearing chewing sounds, so I'm going to just mute that. Do you know what? I might even stick it in the microwave for a wee bit. I might just heat up very, very slightly more because I like my food piping hot. So even just like another wee 40 seconds or something like that. So what I want to do today is make a microchip that displays a video signal on an old analog monitor. So that'll be cool. See, like an old CRT television here, or indeed like the old CRT televisions that I showed you on the last stream. Remember we were up the loft? Do you know the sauce is at a good temperature? This is quite good. This is the first bit of food that I've had all day. So do excuse me for eating on stream. Hello, Christopher. Christopher, thank you very much for resubbing. Welcome in. How you doing? Good news. I'm watching the airport bar going away for my birthday weekend. Christopher, is it your birthday today? When's your birthday? Animated Gamer, thanks for... Bubble in my throat, do you hear that? Animated Gamer, thank you very much. I sounded like that James Watt guy, you know, the Brewdog guy there. Maybe that's just what's up with him. Maybe he's just ate a curry and there's a bit of it that was in his throat weird. Hi there. Northwest fishing boat. Animated Gamer, thank you very much for subbing. Taps off weather the day. Well, I was just out and in about it. And be warned, it's a wee bit windy. There's a wee bit of a breeze going about. So I was out just with my t-shirt on. Cold arms. Animated Gamer, thanks very much for subbing. Jay Ragan, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. Good news, started a new job this week, and I think I'm going to stay. Things are looking up. Cheers. Cheers to yourself, Jay Ragan. That sounds wonderful. It sounds like some fun, fantastic class news. How good is it having a good job that you like? Oh, big party having a good life, isn't it? My God. Welcome in, Carivore, Ogden Black Beef, Necknell, Frosty, Chameleon. Carivore says, Friday, 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 and Saturday, Sunday, Skywatcher, how you doing? Guitar God by name of Bob, what's happening? Gibbs, what's happening? Steph Make Stuff, what's happening? Yes, it's Bland's happening. Gibbs again. Mean Millions, hello? Megnell says, good news, I've got my spring booster on board and I'm uploading a cute article about dogs, 10 out of 10, that's great. When you say your spring booster, what's a spring booster? That could be anything. That could be anything from like a flu vaccine to a type of Wi-Fi connection, a spring booster. Could even to do Skywatcher77, welcome in, how's it going? And hello everybody, hello Junko Pack. Welcome in. It is a lot. I've done a lot of stuff today. I feel good about it. Hello, Chameleon. Chameleon's in with a wee bit of good news. Chameleon says, good news. Finally booked my theory test. Got a month or so to do more prep for it. Amazing, Chameleon. I think you've got the official app, don't you? Is that the best way to do your theory nowadays? Is the official DVLA app? Because it's all set up in the same way that their actual testing thing is set up. Sorry that I'm eating on stream. I've just been doing a lot today. Hello Carla, how are you? Welcome in, how's it going? Here everybody, Carla's just in with a wee bit of good news. And listen, if you've got good news, stick it in the chat. Carla says, good news, I'm heading to see some pals in their new home this afternoon, but procrastinating with the sun on my face before I head out. That doesn't sound like procrastination to me. That sounds like a valuable and wonderful use of your time. Sounds like you've got a cracking wee day ahead of you there, Carla. Do you enjoy yourself? Guitar God by name of Bob says, my prison guard pal has been awfully quiet since saying they were going to ask maintenance about phone hook switches. Thank you, Guitar God by name of Bob. I've got a couple of other ideas for that. So I appreciate it, but I don't really fancy my chances. Dearie me. You had sticky toffee pudding yesterday for the first time in years? That's amazing, man. That is absolutely brilliant. Lovely jumper there. It's a t-shirt, mate. Anna, it's a t-shirt. But thank you very much. So this is my replica Ghostwatch t-shirt for remember I did that Halloween stream. However, what I learned is when you're wearing a Ghostwatch t-shirt, you can't put a shirt over it because the shirt, one side of it stops here and the other side of it stops here. So I was cutting about work with twat written on my chest. So you need to be very, very careful if you do have a Ghostwatch t-shirt and you're trying to wear a jacket or anything over the top of it. You need to be very, very careful about that. Unfortunately, so I'd sort of made this myself. I traced out all the stuff, but I got it printed using DTG printing instead of silkscreen printing. And that's it been through about 10 washes now, and it's looking a wee bit sort of faded and fucked. Excuse me. However, if it was an original 90s Ghostwatch t-shirt, it would look a bit faded and fucked. So I think I'm leaning into it. But I might offer these in my merch shop to anybody that wants to buy them. Sorry, I'm eating on stream. Beneath Headphone says, good news. Today I built a bird feeder out of a stick, some spoons and some cable ties. Feels good to actually complete a project. Amazing, Beneath Headphones. That sounds like an amazing use of your time. I don't know, maybe one day I'll complete a project and I'll know what that feels like. Hello, Lindsay Jobby, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Fantastic news, just found a star bar in my cupboard. And it's a duo. Ogden Blake, that's amazing. There is no finer feeling than remembering that you've got a Twix in your pocket. Any channel if we both get Ghostwatch shirts on, that's amazing. Any channel, you need to watch out though for the twat thing. You need to watch out for that because people look at you funny. Anyway. Wi-Fi Nightmare, nice one mate, nice one. Carnivore says, you need to get your morning brekkie routine nailed. I mix up a Marmite toast with 2 eggs, Weetabix or porridge, and all with a cuppa. Gets you going. Aye. What I think I need to do is overnight oats. Here, how's this background music? Is it off-putting? Will we turn off the background music? I've still got it on a wee bit because I'm eating a curry. And so I want to kind of muffle the chewing noises, because a lot of people have got bothered with the chewing noises. I'm eating a curry. Animated Gamer says, my good news is my home office renovation is done and looks class. Fucking yes. I love working from home. It's the best thing out. It's the same for Scunthorpe fans. Aye, Scunthorpe is quite a problem in computer stuff because the word Scunthorpe triggers profanity filters on certain computer systems. And that's bogus because a lot of people just live in Scunthorpe, but within Scunthorpe is the word cunt. And computers will often flag that. Anyway. Ogden Blick says, not faded and fucked, it's vintage and worth more now. Aye, 100%. Hello non-binary, they don't just look at you like you're funny. If it does happen on your shirt, they'll look at you like, are you a twat? Aye. I'm a twat and proud of it. Like that. But I think I put it on Twitter at the time. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I'm not logged in there. Let's see if I can find it here. So I might need to have a wee look at, I'm batch cooking some chicken. So I might need to have a wee look at that in just a second, but we're going up the loft today. Because I've got quite a fun thing planned for us. Right, I see what's up. Yes, so here it is here. Here it is here. Here's me in work. Oh, cool, that looks blurred. because of that thing that I did yesterday. So how do I unblur my display? If we do this. So that's my Ghostwatch shirt that I'm wearing currently. And then if you put a jacket over it, not a good look. You okay? Alright. They're scumbags, aren't they? Aye, so there we go. Twat. There we go, twat. Hold on. My family has just sent me a photo and it looks as if it was just taken like just down there. So they might be just nearby. Anyway, hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome in. Sorry, multitasking, my head's full up, man. My head's full up. My head's full up. Non-binary, thank you very much for the hydrate. Do you want... Well, you're not getting any of that because that's empty. You'll get some of this. You'll get some Diet Coke. This stream is sponsored by the Coca-Cola company. So thank you very much, Coca-Cola, for making this stream possible. And if you would like some Coca-Cola, all you have to do is go into your local Tesco, right? And we've got a deal going where if you just go up to the shelf and you take a Coca-Cola off the shelf or Diet Coke, and when you're removing it from the shelf, if you just say 10:30 out loud, and you can put it in your pocket, you can walk out. It's a new type of technology. It's a voice recognition technology. And we've got it all figured out. And if anybody stops you or says anything, you could just send them my way and we'll fix it all out. So thanks once again, Coca-Cola, for sponsoring this stream. Profanity filtering is literally the Scunthorpe problem. Brush Fox, thank you very much for the bubble blast there. Holla bro. The last time I was on was when you were installing that new camera in the loft. Seems like ages ago. Well, we're going to go up the loft quite soon. Thanks very much for the sub. And I'm going to put that new camera to good use because we're going to be doing a project stream today. I'm going to make a device that generates a standard definition video signal. Just like a Sega Mega Drive. Just like an Atari. Just like a Super Nintendo, just like a Sinclair ZX Spectrum. So I'm going to make a wee embedded microchip device, nothing that takes an MP4 file, nothing that requires internet connectivity or anything like that, but something that will generate a solid video signal that I can play back on CRT monitors, and I'm very excited about that. And here's the deal, it's going to be a race against time because I've got a doctor's appointment at about 3:20. I'm getting a lot done today, everybody. A lot of people don't like chewing, so I'm trying to guard you from the chews. 5G provider says the band The lost a lot of potential sales once because the internet came in because the search filters out the. Aye. I thought the band The started off after the internet, and I thought the name was intentionally so that they weren't Googleable. It's kind of like there are two conspiracy theories. Because there's a video game. What is the video game? You lot will know because you're a bunch of geeks. What's the video game I'm thinking of? It's a Bethesda game where the horse is called Torrent. Do you remember that? What game is it? Is it Dark Souls or something like that? And the horse is called Torrent. And the theory is that they've named Elden Ring. There you go, thank you. Not Bethesda, right? Aye. My apologies. So the Elden Ring, yous know about this, but some of yous might not. There's a horse in the game, and that character is called Torrent. And there's a theory that they've maybe intentionally done that so that if somebody was to search for Elden Ring torrent, they're not going to get a list of illegal websites where you can torrent the game. You will get a list of websites telling you all about this horse character. So that's interesting, the concept of intentionally diluting a Google search. For similar reasons, Freddy, grow up, mate, it's fine. For similar reasons, people think that the Disney film Frozen was named such due to the conspiracy theory that Walt Disney has been cryogenically frozen. So that means that if you go onto Google and you search for Disney Frozen, a couple of years ago you would get all the conspiracy theories about how Walt Disney's waiting to get thawed out, you know, and he's in a freezer somewhere. Now, if you search for Disney Frozen, all you're going to get is away, away. What is that song? What is the song I'm thinking of? Frozen, the Frozen song. Anyway, Boris Johnson in the bus, 100% NH Henry. There's a theory about all of that as well. What's the Frozen song? All of that. That won't sound good because I've got background music on. Anyway. So, Pepper, grow up, mate. Pepper, it's fine. Everything's fine. Pepper doesn't like my singing. So I was thinking if ever I'm in a position where I'm making or writing or directing my own feature film, I would call it Axel, lowercase a, uppercase XX, lowercase o. And that means that if somebody tries to search for it, because Axel used to be a video ripper pirate person, and so if you search for Axel Torrent, you're just going to get everything. You'll get Star Wars Episode 1 all the way to whatever else. Sorry I'm eating on stream, it's something I have to do, otherwise I would be late for my stream. Also, I'm just realising if I do this, I'm still not out of shot. Dynamite. And Rachel, if you're watching, could you maybe have a wee look at the chicken that I was cooking, if you haven't already? Right, everybody, so we've got a lot to do in the next hour, but I want to get to the bottom of the chat because a lot of yous have got some good news. Hello Peg Sword, welcome in. Two Crooked Fingers says, good news, been doing some gardening for my ma, who's getting about too old to do it herself, and realising how satisfying it is to prune an apple tree. Is that a euphemism? Two Crooked Fingers. Cool. I don't like gardening myself. I sort of resent gardening. I'm just like that. But I'm glad you're into it, and some bloody day for it. By the way, everybody, it's a good drying day today, so if you've got any washing to get done or whatever else, quite a good drying day today. Carnivore says, I found a fantastic video of new camera tech on Applied Science channel. Camera setup that can see extremely bright welding or laser cutting in extremely fine detail. Strong recommend for anybody. Let's skip through and find the money shot here, so that sounds good. Oh, I mean, that is a technical achievement, that. I wonder how it's doing it. So what this would be is an incredible high dynamic range, right? See the brightness of a weld gun, whatever it's called. That would be ridiculously bright, right? So if you point any standard camera at a welding thing, you wouldn't be able to see anything else because a camera's got a very limited dynamic range. Meaning, I can't explain what dynamic range is off the top of my head. I know what it means. It means it's the amount of levels of brightness that it can see. You know what I mean? That's why if you've got your phone camera and there's a window and you're inside, all the inside looks dark except for the window outside will look perfectly exposed, but everything on the inside's just unusable. Or if you expose it for the inside, the window just looks solid white. It's all overexposed out there. That is because of a symptom of like limited dynamic range. You know what I mean? Whereas here, looks as if they've bloody solved something. I wonder if it's doing some sort of frame. I can see maybe interpolation or something. Not interpolation, but like, wonder if it's remembering what the frame looked like. I don't know. And I wonder if this could be done in real time so that the welding people could use the video to see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Interesting. Thanks very much for sending it on. Rare that you get new camera technology, isn't it, Carivore? Thank you very much. Hello, Valdrakian. Welcome in. How'd the production meeting go last night? Really, really good. You shake up all the bottles and put them back. For this, Valdrakian, I need to send you an email because you asked lots of really good questions. Not an email, get back to you on the thing. But our production meeting went really good. One of the other producers couldn't make it, so they were trying to connect in via a Wi-Fi hotspot in a Nando's. We were like, listen, we'll just catch up later. So I didn't get all the answers to all the questions that I had to get for you. But we will. So I'll probably get back to you over the weekend at some point, if that's all right. And thanks once again for offering your help. Guitar God by name of Bob asks, did Rachel send the complaint letter? She didn't, no. I don't think she did. Dearie me. Frosty says, good news, I got an email today with a small order for custom 3D printed parts for a local company. Only got the printer at Christmas, inspired by this very stream, so cheers. Amazing, Frosty, that's class. Look at me, I am inspiring enterprise. Frosty, all the very best of luck with that. Brush Fox, I'm still working on the escape room, that's what we're going to be, we're building a wee bit for that today, if I've got time. Because I'm very aware time's sort of running out. Streamer gets audience mass arrested in promo prank shocker. Kate, hiya, how you doing? Welcome in, Kate. Good news, I've just been arrested for stealing a Coke from Tesco's, getting deported, thanks. Hey, no bother. No bother at all. Here. Would yous make of that bloody Donald Trump, eh? Oof. What's he like, by the way? I don't think the tariff thing will affect Twitch, will it? Know how all these mad bullshit tariff things? But then, see with these scary tariffs, right? So, I've just been following the headlines. I don't read about it anymore, man. It stopped becoming entertaining. Isn't this something he does all the time, though? He says that he's going to make this big radical change, and then, like, all the stock prices plummet, or the price of Bitcoin plummets, or something like that. Something like that he's interested in. And then all of his pals will buy the reduced price stocks or the reduced price crypto or whatever it is, and then he comes out and says, oh, no, how all that scary stuff that I was going to do, I'm not going to do it anymore. So then the market stabilises back to what it was before, and what they've ended up doing is taking all, do you know what I mean, getting it for a cheap price, because that tends to be something that he does. But this thing here looks like it might be a real thing. It's just fucking everything up and all of that. I don't know much about it, man. But I'm a wee bit worried about potential Twitch subscription tariffs. Because I'm paid by an American company, Twitch. And if you subscribe, you're giving the American company money. So, like, there might be some sort of tariff there. And then when they pay me, that's another international business transaction. So there might be something fucked there. But I think the tariffs might just be to do with, like, physical goods or something. I don't fucking know, man. So, Cinda, how you doing? Thanks very much for subscribing using Amazon Prime. Thank you very much, Cicinda. Because here's the deal, man. See if my Twitch income disappears, I'm fucked, and I can't be having that. And that would turn me into like a radical extremist. Aye, so in Frozen, right? In Frozen, aren't the lyrics let it go, never let it go? Let it go. Do you know what I mean? And so doesn't that final one contradict the first two? I don't know. It's no designed for me. Pigsword says, what's the topic for this stream? Pigsword, what I intend to do is talk to you a lot for a bit, because I like to do that. And then I will, just like the title says, I think I'm going to be going upstairs. I'm going to be building an Arduino based device that can generate a standard definition analog video signal. At the end of this stream, I would like to display on a small CRT monitor upstairs, a video with my stuff on it. Gorino, jeez, thank you very much, Gorino, for a $5. Thank you very, very much for doing that, Gorino. What a legend. I appreciate that. And because you did that on Ko-fi, means that I get every single penny of it. Rolling Sausage, sorry if you've already replied, but did you turn the check in? Check out the pure domestic chat we've got on Twitch. Righto. Shall we proceed? Welcome in, Pigsword. How's it going? Two Crooked Fingers says, Wiley should have done the Frozen soundtrack with his tunes like Igloo, Blizzard, etc. Yes. The check-in is done, I think. Amazing. Wiley. Wiley's cancelled, isn't he? Because he was saying mad anti-Semitic stuff. I think Wiley is now cancelled. Do you prune apple trees in the spring? Is that some sort of sleeper cell activation question there, Hamilton Bone? They have a blue pulsed light in a certain spectrum and the camera is recording in that spectrum and the shutter is synced with the pulsed light. That's cool, man. That's pretty cool. Hi JD, welcome in, how you doing? I expect to be on the next generation of iPhones. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll see how it goes. So you've got a big name producer? Aye. I mean, I don't know if people, it's not, Steven Spielberg, but we've got a crew formed on this project, a crew of actual adult professionals that know what they're doing. So us lot can be like, nah, I'm kidding. We're all, I feel really good and very confident and very excited about Pip's film project. So we'll be updating you as and when we can without spoiling things. Avgas says, hi and happy impending weekend. And where are we regards to the fan club? Is membership closed already? Did I miss it? Aye, Avgas, it's a work in progress, mate. It's a work in progress. Sergeant Kellogg, what a great first time chat. Welcome in, how's it going? I think you'll do well here. Valdraken says, all good, glad to hear it was good progress. That's fine. All that stuff's flexible anyway, things can always be made to work, but I thought that info sent over would be very helpful in terms of placing shots around. Thank you very, very much, Valdraken, 100%. Everybody's well excited that we've got somebody that can help us in that capacity. We've got a person on the inside. So that's really cool. Thanks very, very much. My very small pension has crashed in the last 2 days, so I'm gutted. Fuck's sake. Jings, man. Aye, the whole stock market just went fuck yeah, didn't it? My God. Plodder says, I'm making a couple of 3D printed balls for a guy at work who broke his son's Darth Vader toy. Think I'm getting paid in lunch. How are you doing the balls? Are you doing two halves and putting them together? Or are you doing like support structure under one of the the bottom bit or whatever? Have you seen the new Naked Gun trailer? No, I saw a poster with Liam Neeson on it and I assumed it was like a deep fake thing. Is that real? Is Liam Neeson really going to be Naked Gun? Not really known for his comedy roles, is he? Seems to be targeted towards physical products that he wants to incentivise being made in the US rather than being imported goods, not services. I see before he does all of that, it would be good if he set up manufacturing first, wouldn't it, in America, before he applies tariffs on imported goods would be wonderful, really, if he'd set up like manufacturing and got all of that up and working, and then applied the tariffs. Like that would maybe be good. But I don't know about these things. That's why I'm a Twitch streamer and he's the president of the United States of America. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I mean, I'm sure he's not malicious or anything like that. Kellogg says, it's too late. US spent decades putting itself in a position of economic primacy just to have Trump destroy it in like 4 months. It's mental, isn't it? Everything's mental. See, everywhere you look, it's worse than the last time you looked there. Except from here in this Twitch chat, where we are lovely and everything's great. Sacinda, thanks once again for your Prime sub. Brush Fox, J Rag, an Animated Gamer, and Christopher, thanks for all your support. Thank you very, very much. Starting a trade war with the entire planet is fairly unprecedented. I don't know what the cunt's up to. Twitch is owned by Amazon, which has locations in the UK. Aye, but they don't pay me from the UK. I get paid in dollars from America. America. They have an HQ in Ireland. Most big companies have got an HQ in Ireland because Ireland gives companies like that tax breaks and allows big like server warehouses and stuff like that to use the natural resources, like all the waterways and stuff, to cool all the computers. Ireland's kind of get like a dodgy setup for giant corporations. That's why Google and places like that are set up in Ireland. These new tariffs look like they were spat out by an LLM using top-level domains to decide countries, like tariffs on uninhabited islands, US military bases and stuff. I'm sure that'll be what it is, man. What's the equivalent of vibe coding, but for ruling a country? Vibe presidency? Jinx. Anyway, those are not the lyrics. Okay. Gonna know, once again, thanks for the $5. You're a legend. Checking is done. Checking is all done. Amazing. Amazing. Right, where are we? Everybody in the chat. Trump once said, if the market fell more than 1,000 points in a day, the sitting president should resign. Nasdaq fell 1,400 points yesterday. When will Trump leave the Oval Office? I don't think he will ever. He's trying to cling on forever because he's a fucking psycho bam. Valdrakian says, you guys have all given me much entertainment over the years. It's Lisa. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Neither was Leslie Nielsen before The Naked Gun. Really? I mean, do I want to see Liam Neeson in a Naked Gun film? I don't think so. Will he do a good job? Like, maybe. I don't know. I wish them all the best of luck. I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's aimed for me. Anyway, I didn't see the trailer. Hello, Pursue Afternoon Troops. Good news, was feeling shite and not wanting to get up and go out, but I'm so vexed. I guess about the status quo High Court judges of the world selling us all out and letting right-wing terror groups masquerade as mainstream political parties. I see where your head is. I know what you're saying. So I got up and ready as I have serious venom for certain people and institutions. Aye, like, see if you're feeling overwhelmed with it all and apathetic and filled with despair, right? And there's a wee bit of hate in your belly and it's causing you to just not want to brush your teeth or make dinner or anything like that. Tune into the hate like a Sith Lord, right? See if you tune into the hate, that can give you a wee bit of energy. That is a source of energy. Quite often I've noticed that in my belly, right, is a petrol tank. And when I wake up, there's some petrol in the tank. But see if I don't do anything with that petrol, if I don't go a walk, or if I don't do something creative or do a project or whatever, the petrol's sitting there and it still needs to get used. And what I've noticed is if I don't use the petrol, later on that night, I'll be trying to get to sleep. And my brain starts using the petrol, doing some stupid stuff like worrying about things, getting myself all anxious, and rustling my jimmies and getting me all like that. Now, obviously, with global political events, it is prudent to be aware of all this sort of stuff. And if your jimmies are rustled, they are justifiably so. But if it's getting to a point where you can't make your own dinner, you know what I mean? Then that's like, and I'm speaking about myself here, that's a sign that something's up, something's bad. So tune into the hate and use that hate to try and like do things for yourself, because these cunts, man, don't want us to succeed, really, if you think of it like that, right? So the best way we can spite them is, Russell Brand charged with rape and sexual assault, Met Police have said. Amazing. I know 2 separate women who don't know each other, but have both told me stories about Russell Brand. So that's good. That's good, isn't it, everybody? That's good. And that is the reason why, about 2 years ago, he did a hard right-wing pivot grift shite. Because they don't care if you're a sexual assaulty person. They'll just welcome you in. And in some circles, that's actually a badge of honour, isn't it? But that's good that he's charged. Saw Liam Neeson in Excalibur a couple of weeks ago. Didn't know who he was when I first saw it. His second or third film, apparently. I don't think I've seen it. Rewild, thank you for the 42 bits. Good advice about self-care when wrestling. Listen, everybody, all the very best with stuff. Remember, don't take my advice. I'm a live streamer. See, if I knew what I was doing, I would probably have like an actual adult job. But good luck, everybody, and try and no let it all get to you. But at the same time, we need to sort of be socially responsible and keep across this sort of stuff. So I don't know. I don't have any answers. But if you feel like you're filled with despair and everything's shite, like, it's not you. Everything is kind of shite. It definitely is. But you need to look for the bits that are here and put yourself in a position where you will see good things. Pals, creativity, looking after yourself, all of that sort of stuff. Because it's easy to just roll over and be like, fuck this, man. I'm out. I don't want to be here anymore. Fuck this. Everything's shite. Everything is shite. It is. It really is. And you're not alone. We're all thinking that. They don't pay me anymore, so you're a lucky so-and-so. Boomtish. Carly, you should get streaming, mate. I think you'd be a fantastic streamer. I'd watch you. I'll be a founder. That's what it's called, isn't it? I was gutted at that. Twitch gave me a partner manager after I was looking for a partner manager for years, right? And Carla in chat was my partner manager. And I was like, this is great. This is really great. This is going to change my life. I've got a partner manager. So we had a meeting and I was all nervous. I had a meeting with Carla and the person, like the head of the European partner people or something like that. And I was like, this is fucking cool. And so it was all getting set up and we were talking about different opportunities and all of that sort of stuff. And I'm like, this is cool, man. I might become like a big streamer. This maybe could be, I might be able to quit my day job and stuff like that. And then about 3 days later, Twitch announced massive layoffs and Carla, my partner manager, got laid off. So it was like, no, nah. I'm like, right. So as gutting as it was for me, I'm sure it was more gutting for Carla. I giveth and I taketh away. But I'm really glad, though, that we got to meet each other through that. Because I think you're sound, and I'm very glad you're still about, and I'm very glad that you get introduced to the whole wider community. Pablo Diablo, how you doing? Just subbing for 54 months, because it doesn't get better than this community right here, exactly, Pablo Diablo. We're the best guys out. We're the best guys out. Thanks very much for subbing. How's it going? I need to be in the doctor's office in an hour. I don't think I've got time to do my Arduino thing. Unless I go right now, man. Unless I go right now. I've sort of manifested as a Tegogotus 2.5. Thanks for putting it in brackets because I don't know what that is. A 2.5 metre sea scorpion found in Dundee. I'm lying in wait focused like a ninja. Good. So that's my good news today. Russell Brand got charged for being a beast. That's good, isn't it? That's a bit of progress. Anyway. They always go to Jesus in full right wing when the sexual assault charges are on the way. Aye. Rolling sausages like that. Have you tried not being sad? 100%. Anyway. So the trick of keeping a pen across your mouth to trick the brain into thinking you have something to smile about. Aye. People have done this. There are tests. I had a pen here recently. I had a pen right here. I put it down. Oh no, put it over here. So apparently, psychological evidence, right? If you hold a pen between your nose and your upper lip, it causes you to frown. Look at my eyebrows. Right? And in these tests that might or might not be bullshit, because I read about them on the internet and everybody's a liar. But anyway, in these tests, people who were asked to fill in a questionnaire or something with the pen there responded more negatively than another group that was asked to fill in the same questionnaire with a pen between their teeth. Because the second group with the pen between their teeth are forced to smile. Even though it's a fake smile, it's not based on emotion or anything like that, and it's a fake frown. It's not based on their emotion or whatever else. However, purely by the act of controlling your body, apparently, according to these boffins that are nameless, I don't know who they are, it might be a lot of shite. According to all of that, you can affect your brain by the physical state that you're in. And there is a bit of truth in that I've observed as well. Like when you're in the middle of a panic attack, there's nothing you can do to stop a panic attack that I've found except from box breathing. So if you train your body, if you use your body as if you're relaxed. So when you're relaxed, you breathe deeply. And so when you're panicking, if you train or use your body in a way that it would behave normally if you were relaxed, it actually helps it out. So I wonder if there is some merit in the whole frowny smiley nonsense. Aye, Carla, you're cool, man. Is it a vital doctor? Aye. Unless I go right now and reads another comment. Aye, I like talking a lot of rubbish. I would be slightly more annoyed at keeping it between the teeth. Aye, I mean, I think there's other ways to be happy than stick a pen between your teeth. When you're depressed and your doctor tells you to do that, exactly. Hello doctor, I'm worried about international trade disasters, and when I wake up and I look on my phone, all I see is like horrific violence everywhere. Do you remember the internet used to be a cool place where people would show off their creative projects, and now it just seems to be people showing the worst in humanity, people misbehaving on trains, people being nasty to animals, people fighting each other when they're drunk, and everything's hellish, and I don't know what to do. I don't have any power over it, and I would like agency and autonomy, but the economy's fucked. There's no jobs anymore. Everybody hates each other, and people in power are setting us against each other by stoking the flames of like bigotry and transphobia and sexism and misogyny, and it seems more grim than it's ever been. What can I do? What can I do? Doctors like that. Have you tried putting like a pen between your mouth? So is that when you're scrolling and you see all the horrific acts of violence, that you're just a wee bit like... It's much better. This is actually, it's much better, thank you. I actually worked a wee bit. That actually worked a wee bit. Anyway. Some people with depression have Botox so that you can't frown, so it makes them happier. Does it actually make them happier, or is it just more pleasant for people that are around them? I wonder. Willpower can also be drained. Folks who sat with fresh cooked cookies in front of them and not allowed to eat them performed worse at strength exercise. That's interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. Anyway. Okie dokie. Shall we head upstairs? Hello Fluffy, welcome in. Almighty Bob, welcome in. One Reaps, Irish Gamer Girl, Qatari Lynx, Benzocaine, Bally, how you doing? Martin, Quarantine Girl, thanks very much everybody. Ogden Blick, what's happening? Pablo Diablo, thanks again. Zombate, how you doing? John Atfield, how you doing? Never trust a streamer, mate. Kitten Scout, Peacock, Gonnie No, once again, thanks for the $5, mate. Base Embrace, Rye3D, how you doing, Rye3D? Welcome in everybody, what's even happening? Pablo Diablo says, Doctor, I'm worried that American billionaires are intentionally crashing the economy so they can buy a load of cheap stocks and shares and then make even more money when the economy starts to recover, all at the cost of the lives of poor people. Doctor's like, you should smile more. Aye. Can I do this? Right, let's do this. So what I would like to do is use a library for an Arduino. So I'll just talk about this when I'm doing it. An Arduino is a small wee microchip and I can program it using code to do what I want to do, right? So what we are going to do today is use this library. It's called the TVOut library. And apparently, if I upload this to an Arduino and then put 2 resistors on different pins, I don't know what pins these are. It's not really telling me my pins. Do you know, this is maybe something that I could do tonight. I mean, we could start it today, but in order to do this, I'd need to go upstairs. Nah, not doing it. There's no way I can do this in half an hour. I need to be done in half an hour. And I think it would probably take me about half an hour to just get set up upstairs, so I'm going to be doing it later on, but I can maybe, you shush, can maybe show you, you shush as well, what I'm going to do. So basically, I'm creating a small electronic device that can generate graphics like this. Look at that, man! I am the TVOut library running on a free Arduino. I generate a PAL or NTSC composite video using that's a way. So basically, what you need is a kilo ohm resistor and a 470 ohm resistor. You put one side of each of them in 2 pins on the Arduino, and then you join the resistors together, and when they're joined together, that acts like the video signal. And then you just attach ground to ground. There you go, bish bash bosh. And you can generate video that looks like this. You can draw basic shapes and stuff like that. And a lot of people have made their own very primitive, like look at that. You can have like pseudo kid on 3D and stuff. A lot of people have used this to make kind of primitive, almost video game consoles. You know, like Wii devices that you can play Tetris on and stuff like that. So there's that one. I hear somebody has made Tetris. So look at that, look, it's pure analog. There's no HDMI or anything like that. And the reason I'm doing this is for the escape room project that I'm working on. So look at that. So that there would be like a tiny wee device that isn't connected to a computer. Parts cost would be less than a £5. You can run it off a battery, all of that sort of stuff, and it's analog standard definition video. And I think this is cool, man. So I think this is what we're going to be doing, if not tonight, then tomorrow night, because I do have obligations. My niece and nephew are home, and the last time I saw them was months ago, so I kind of need to go and see them and be a responsible good uncle, right? But I sort of need to get this done as well, because on Sunday I'm going back into the escape room. I'm going to do a full day in the escape room on Sunday, and I will be wiring up the computer, the button puzzles, right? And I might even stream that. So if you would like to see that, I think I'm going to be doing an all-day shot on Sunday. Aye, right. Don't advertise welding gear to me, man. So I might be streaming from an escape room on Sunday. I'm not signed in, right? I'm not signed in to YouTube, that's why you saw an advert there. But I'm getting adverts for a stunning woman from Ukraine. Chat with women ready to connect. Real profiles. Simple, sign up. Join now. What is this, man? Stunning women from Ukraine? Where did we go wrong, man? It's weird, isn't it? I don't like that. Right, so I'm not signed into YouTube, right? Let's see what shit they're hitting me with. I'm not signed in, look. Look. That's why you're seeing an advert. Ah, YouTube history's off. Right, so I've intentionally went in and been like, don't recommend me anything. Don't do any of that sort of stuff. Because I was going to just go and see what they would show me. To see if like Jordan Peterson is like one click away for the main one. But anyway. What would have happened if I clicked stunning women from Ukraine? I think we could get her over. See if she's into Arduinos. Anyway. So I think I'm going to be only really going to be on for the next 10 minutes maybe. I'll finish talking to yous, and then when I come back for the doctor, might come on and I might sort out the thing that I've just told you that I'm going to do. I've achieved a lot today, everybody, so sorry that I've not been able to really do it, but I can't be late for the doctor. Also, I wouldn't mind a very quick shower before I go to the doctor, because that's only courteous, isn't it? You have to shower before you go to a doctor, even if you've already showered earlier on in the day, just in case they need a wee examine. I think that's necessary, isn't it? Especially on a hot day like today. It's only polite. Zombie says, can I just say thank you for bringing Severance to my attention? Absolutely loved it. It's good, isn't it? Did you finish season 2? It is like brushing your teeth before the dentist, 100%. I brush my teeth before the doctor as well. I try to be as pleasant as I possibly can. What if the pen trick is just as other people don't have to listen to them whine? Good, valid base embrace. I would tell jokes as a GP. Why does Edward Woodward have 4 Ds in his name? Because Woodward sounds too silly. You're right. 100%. What was it? I made a wee joke. The last time I was in a doctor, I went in with Rachel, right? And the doctor had like a apprentice person sitting next to them. And so they introduced, is it okay if they're in when we're doing this? Here is so-and-so, they're a doctor in sitting. I don't know what that means, but their title was a doctor in sitting. And as they introduced us, this doctor in sitting stood up and offered me the chair. And as they stood up, I went, more like doctor in standing. I couldn't help myself, man. And Rachel's just like that. But I got a good chuckle out of them. And immediately my face is like, fuck, stop that, man. What are you doing? It's literally the first thing I said when I came in. It worked, got a laugh. Happy with that. Happy with that. Do they still have the scheme to provide homes to Ukrainian refugees? That may be what it is. Yes, we will accept Ukrainian refugees, but only if they're absolute babes. Ry3D says, I searched for eBay UK the other day and got loads of weird sponsored searches like that. Strange things are happening. It's weird, isn't it? Is anybody getting military adverts asking you to sign up for like the Navy and stuff like that? Don't do that, by the way. See if there's ads on this stream telling you to join the Navy. Don't join the Navy. But when all of the adverts start happening, you're like, whoa, fuck's going on, man? Anyway, you never know what the doctor might want to smell, so it's best scouring it all with some high strength bleach before you go in. I watched the entirety of Severance after your recommendation in about a week and it was fucking unreal. Caught up the Thursday before the finale. Brilliant. I quite liked it. It's cool, man. They've all got interesting, attractive faces, don't they? They're big American faces with all the angles and stuff like that. It's good. I like watching their faces. And it's all like lit well and it's got nice vibrant colours and stuff like that. It's like chewing gum for the eyes, basically, Severance. And it's really cool, man. I like the art direction and stuff in it for the most part. Halfway through season 2, I was losing confidence. I was like, oh no, I don't really know if I agree with these decisions. And then the end of season 2, I was like, aye. You've done well. You've done well. But I kind of miss the Office stuff a wee bit. Anyway, no spoilers. So, it'll be interesting to see where they're going next. But I'm trying to forget about Severance because I think it'll be about 2 or 3 years before we see a new episode. So I'm trying to just get it out of my brain and sort of no worry about it. Like my 2:30 dentist appointment, that bombed twice. They must get that every single day, the tooth hurty. Everyone appreciates a silly joke. Aye. Better off making a joke about apples. Well, I don't know, man. I thought I did alright, but I couldn't resist it, man. You're getting all the military ads, don't like it at all. It's scary, isn't it? Twitch is mad with the army ads. I think it's very profitable, though. Army's got money into it because it's our money. Mark is hard, Helly's hard, Irv is hard, Gemma's hard, Dylan's hard, Milkshake's hard. What was it? I saw somebody describe Gemma as what a supermodel looks like in The Simpsons. I thought it was quite funny. They've all got interesting faces, man. I could look at their faces all day, man. I like a show where it's all mysterious as well. Aye. It's the same sort of level as mystery as Lost, but I think they're actually paying it off and shit like that. It's good. It's good. I think they know where they're going with it. Same with Missing the Office stuff. The episode with the Woods felt weird at first. I liked the Woods thing. See the couple episodes after that, I was just like, oh, I don't know. But then it's good, man. I'm back in it. It's good. No spoilers. Finally getting into Wheel of Time TV show. Amazing. Carnivore, were you around for the streamer Sheila? Because Sheila is in Wheel of Time. And they were also in Fallout as well. And it was amazing to see Sheila in a completely different habitat. But he's stopped streaming to do all of that amazing, successful stuff. And I really miss Sheila streams. What I'm doing right now, I stole from Sheila streams. Meaning I'm behind in the chat and I'm just going down reading every message one by one. This is known as doing a Sheila. I just nicked this for Sheila. So maximum respect. Sheila comes in every now and again. I don't know if he'll be in just now. Where are we? But I haven't seen Wheel of Time. I heard it's supposed to be really good. So consequently, I'm focusing creatively on Thegos. You always say words that I can't say, Pursue. But it's cool, because I don't know how to pronounce them, but it means that I learn new words. I've gauged the scary monster level of it against H.R. Geiger's Facehugger, no contest. We're sitting on Dynamite here, it's 100% more scary. 2.5 metre sized facehugger, but a prehistoric animal. Do you think we could resurrect it? And create our own theme park based on it? I mean, that is quite scary. Look at this. So where did you say that was for Dundee? Checks out, actually. I have saw some people for Dundee and they are kind of scary looking. So I take it it's not alive. Extinct, aye, good. Good. Fucking hell, the size of a person? Is it like a mollusk or something like that? I don't... We shouldn't be in the water, should we? Imagine that coming up to bite your ankles with his wee fucking grabby claw bits. Aye, fuck that. Look at that rendering there, guy. That's quite funny. Aye, not for me. Not for me. I will stay away from Dundee now that you've mentioned that. So screw 20th Century Fox, the Facehugger and Alien, we've got Das Antodes, which is a 4 to 6 metre crocodilian reptile, and Tecocutus for Dundee. Ketop, I can't say the words, I'm sorry. But we've got loads of different creepy crawlies. So I have my Kelpie story mix, the creature for the Black Lagoon, and pop sci-fi horror. We're rolling. Pursue, good work. And it's all based on reality as well, so you don't just need to say, oh, a big scary monster. Hello Talak, how you doing? The O2 ad with the baby is awful. I haven't seen it. It's condescending or something. I can't work out. Haven't seen it. I don't know what it is, thankfully. I hate adverts. I can't do them, man. Radio adverts, everything else. Hello honking farts. The wee motive works. The intro, Severance, is good, isn't it? A lot of people won't know what I'm talking about. R Sheila, 100%. Maximum respect to Sheila. Right, where are we? As if that's what you needed to stay away from Dundee. No wonder Dundee's in the situation that it's in with fucking they creepy crawlies cutting about, man. Fuck that. No wonder everybody's got swords and that in Dundee with they creepy crawlies cutting about. Anyway. I'm also getting weird microfiber cloth adverts with bad, poorly translated AI voiceover. Kinda sick of them. I'd rather have them than military recruitment ads, personally. What do they think the future's going to hold if they need a lot of army folk and lots of microfiber cloths? What could it possibly be? What do they know that we don't know? That requires microfiber cloths and armies? The great buffering? I don't know, man. I don't know. Is that the scary crab of Dundee? Very possibly. Cater Cakes, are you still in? Axel Shoes Bonnet says, does Cater Cakes still do streams occasionally? I wish. I really miss Cater Cake streams, 100%. However, thank you, Ron Sausage. If you miss Cater Cake streams, then you might want to check out, I think 2 or 3 VODs ago. Kate was just in, but I think she's away doing something else. 2 or 3 streams ago, I had Dando and Cater Cakes on this very stream, and we were all playing a game called Repo together, and it was a lot of fun, man. It was very, very, very funny. So if you're missing Dando streams, and if you're missing Cater Cake streams, me too, and I'm trying to sort of bully them into streaming again. But I highly, highly recommend checking out. In fact, that's maybe what you can do just now, because I need to go to the doctor, right? So let me get the link for that VOD, and I will give that to you. And then for anybody who is looking for something to do, so if I go to videos, past broadcast, see Twitch should make it so that your most recent VOD shows up if you go to twitch.tv/the username. That username's most recent VOD should show up. But they make you click about 12 or 13 times before you get to the most recent VOD. And I think that is a bad decision. Right, so where is it? Cutting down Jaggies, not that one. It's not Grafton. It might be Grafton. No, it isn't. Half-Life RTX. Does anybody know what VOD I was playing the scary game with Dando and Kate with? Christ, look at all of these VODs, man. I'll need to back all these up. Wasn't that one? Wasn't you weird CRTs? Wasn't that one because I was out and about? Was it seriously though? Was it 4 days ago? I should maybe name my streams better. Aye, that's it here. That's it here. So I will share it at the right time. So if I share there, look who was in. Look, Carivore was in. Chameleon was in. Pedropolis was in. Anna Realta was in. So if I copy that, right, then if you lot still want to continue watching me and maybe watch Kate and Dando at the same time, click through to that link there. And I'm sorry everybody, but I really need to bounce, so I'm going to try hard to be on later tonight. However, I want to speak to my niece and nephew, right, because I don't get a chance to speak to them quite often. I'm going to raid somebody that I haven't raided before. I think they're kind of cool. I was in the stream for a bit. They play retro games, so like old Sierra games, full motion video games and stuff like that. I don't know them, right? I'm going to raid Pixel Turkey. Listen everybody, thank you very much for being in. Very sorry for a short stream today, but I've got some stuff to do. I hope you understand. I will let you know what happens with the doctor and all that sort of stuff. Listen, everybody, keep it real, take it easy. My name's James Houston and Houston's Boosting. Thanks for all your time and your attention and your support and all of that sort of stuff. Sorry for the bait and switch. I will try and do some Arduino stuff later tonight. And if not tonight, some point tomorrow. I might have a very special stream for you tomorrow. Tomorrow daytime. See how it goes. That's me done everything I would like to do today, except to say, my name's James Houston and Houston's Boosting. And before I do that, here is a magic trick. Getting good at that. Bye, love you, bye, see you later. Mwah, mwah. See you later. Ta-ta.